Cristiano Ronaldo is not just a footballer, he's an anomaly. A phenomenon that defies science, time and logic. At 40 years old, when most believed only tributes and friendly matches were left for him, he just won his 36th career trophy, the UEFA Nations League.
Between Portugal and Spain.
Many doubted him, many wrote him off, but Cristiano silenced them the only way he knows how. With goals and glory, he was the top scorer of Ligue 1A, the highest level of the tournament, with 8 goals. And they weren't just any goals, they were screamers. Impossible finishes.
Trying to find a way past McLean, and he has Ronaldo's header!
Unstoppable headers. And deadly penalties.
Ronaldo!
He delivered when it mattered most. CR7 isn't just active, he's competing at the highest level, and that's not a metaphor, the data backs it up. He has the physiological age of a 28-year-old. His body, his preparation, and his professionalism keep him in a condition that feels crafted by artificial intelligence. But his mindset, that of a Roman warrior, tireless, relentless, indestructible. Life, however, wasn't always fair to him. For years, Ronaldo carried underwhelming Portugal squads on his back. He won the Euro 2016 from the sidelines, injured in the final, shouting like a mad coach. But he wanted more, he always wanted more, because to Cristiano Ronaldo the story is never over. Football isn't finished until he says so. Now, after winning the Nations League by defeating a dominant Spanish side, the message was clear. Portugal is finally on his level, a generation blending youth with experience, technique with fire, and a captain who doesn't age. Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro. He's scored 938 career goals. He's chasing 950. And if his legs and ambition hold up, he might become the top scorer in football history. What this Nations League just proved is that he's still decisive, still a leader, still feared. He still belongs in Europe's elite. The 2026 World Cup doesn't feel like a dream, it feels like a goal. Portugal has the firepower, and Cristiano still has the hunger. Today wasn't a farewell, it was a warning. Cristiano is still here, and he's still winning. Cristiano Ronaldo was born to be different. Even as a teenager, he was destined to change the game. It was during a summer friendly with Sporting Lisbon when Sir Alex Ferguson saw what no one else had seen so clearly, a lightning bolt in football boots. That day, Ronaldo didn't just outplay Manchester United's defenders, he humiliated them, left them frozen, off rhythm, chasing shadows. Ferguson didn't hesitate, they signed him that very night.
I remember one day before the game, I don't sleep very well, exciting for the game. I speak with my friend said, yeah, you're gonna play against Manchester, it's an amazing opportunity for you. And I tried to do my best, I tried to do my best and show my football.
United paid £19 million, a massive fee in 2003 for a teenager. It was the most the club had ever spent on a young player. He was coming to replace David Beckham, England's icon of glamour and marketing. But Ronaldo didn't come to be a face, he came to be a legend. In his first season, just 18 years old, he scored 6 goals and registered 8 assists. His dribbling was wild, his flair aggressive, his mindset unshakable. The English press, Mina, harsh and old school, took time to understand him. But in the FA Cup final, Cristiano scored the opening goal with a lethal header.
Gary Neville's cross. Ronaldo!
It was his first professional title, and it was only the beginning. That same year, Cristiano received his first big international call-up, Euro 2004 with Portugal, a country that had been dreaming for decades without ever winning anything. And Cristiano, still a teenager with a baby face, carried the team on his shoulders. He scored goals, gave assists, and dazzled with his dribbling. He was the breakout star. In the quarter-finals, Portugal knocked out England after David Beckham famously missed his penalty, sending the ball into the stands. In the semi-finals, Cristiano tore apart the Netherlands. He scored one and assisted another to send Portugal to the final.
Manish! Oh! Score!
And then the heartbreak, Greece. A defensive, hard-to-explain Greek team took the title away from them.
Tears for Ronaldo. But you've got to hand it to Greece.
Cristiano Ronaldo quickly became a key player for Manchester United. Even though he was still young, he took on responsibilities far beyond his age because of his drive and mentality. At that time, the club was rebuilding. Arsenal had just made history by going the entire 2003 to 2004 season unbeaten, with 90 points and an air of total dominance. Meanwhile, United finished third. Sir Alex Ferguson knew he needed a new golden generation. For the 2004 to 2005 season, Wayne Rooney arrived, a raw English talent who quickly connected with Cristiano Cristiano. Together they started forming one of the most dangerous duos in the Premier League, and it was at Highbury, Arsenal's iconic stadium, where Ronaldo wrote one of his first legendary moments. In a high-tension game, Cristiano led a comeback for the Red Devils. He scored and then, with a bold celebration, silenced the whole stadium. He didn't care about the hate, he thrived on it. That's always been Cristiano, a provocateur of greatness. But football has its own rules. Even though Ronaldo was shining, Mourinho's Chelsea were unstoppable. They dominated the league and won the Premier League title with ease. United were far behind. Cristiano finished the season with 9 goals and 7 assists. Solid progress, but still not enough to win trophies. In the 2005 to 2006 season, Cristiano raised his numbers again, 12 goals and 5 assists. But the same story repeated itself. Chelsea were once again crowned champions, and Manchester still couldn't make the leap. Ronaldo's talent was unquestionable, but football doesn't reward individual brilliance without collective trophies. Meanwhile, back in his homeland, the story was also being written through suffering. In the 2006 World Cup in Germany, Cristiano led a brave, aggressive, and lethal Portugal. They defeated the Netherlands in the round of 16, but it was in the quarterfinals that he experienced one of the highest pressure moments of his career. The opponent, England. In a match where the young Portuguese drove the English defence crazy all game long, it all came down to penalties. And it was Cristiano who took the decisive penalty. Portugal advanced to the semi-finals. But then Zinedine Zidane appeared. In a tightly contested game, the France of the French maestro defeated Portugal by a single goal. Once again, Cristiano fell just short. Once again, tears welled up in his eyes, just like at Euro 2004. Just like all those moments when history seemed to slip through his fingers. Yes, perhaps Cristiano couldn't yet taste glory with the Portuguese national team, but every disappointment with Portugal became a scar that turned into armour, an essential lesson that forged the champion mindset the world would witness in its full power years later. While his international path was marked by tears, in Manchester, the legend of a title predator was beginning to take shape. The 2006 to 2007 season was a turning point. Cristiano is just 20 years old, but he already played like a hungry veteran. He scored 23 goals and provided 14 assists in the Premier League. And with a Manchester United that was beginning to resurrect its mystique, they became an unstoppable force. That generation, with Rooney, Scholes, Carrick, Ferdinand, Giggs, Tevez, and Cristiano, was pure dynamite. In the Champions League, Ronaldo finally broke his European curse. In the quarterfinals, United crushed Roma 7-1, and Cristiano was the standout performer.
What's going to happen? Still Ronaldo!
Doblete de goles.
Hard and low, looking for Smith. Ronaldo!
Plus an assist that served as his continental calling card. In the semi-finals, he was key in the 3-2 victory over AC Milan at Old Trafford. Kaká was unstoppable, and Cristiano constantly attempted shots and created danger. It was finally Rooney who turned the score around, but in the second leg, the San Siro was merciless. Milan, led by Kaká, crushed United 3-0, ending their European dream for another season. However, the most important achievement of that campaign was the complete resurgence of the Red Devils in England. They were crowned Premier League champions, and Ronaldo won his first league title, silencing critics and proving United were back. In the FA Cup, Cristiano was decisive in the quarter-final against Middlesbrough, scoring the winning penalty he was criticised and responded with, and against Watford, he scored in a 4-1 win. They reached the final, but ended up losing 1-0 to Chelsea with a last-gasp goal by Drogba in extra time.
Flick on, Didier Drogba's in it!
Despite that defeat, CR7's individual performance was so overwhelming that he swept all of England's major individual awards. He became the first and only player in history to win, in a single season, the PFA Players Player of the Year, the FWA Footballer of the Year, the Fans Player of the Year, and the Young Player of the Year award. He wasn't just a scorer anymore, he had become a definitive symbol of the Premier League. And as if all of that had just been a warning shot, the 2007 to 2008 season arrived, the most glorious of his career up to that point. With 42 goals and 8 assists, Cristiano led United to a historic double. They won the Premier League once again and finally captured the long-awaited Champions League. In Europe, he was the tournament's top scorer with 8 goals. In the final in Moscow against Chelsea, he scored the opening goal with a header. The match ended in a draw, but United triumphed on penalties. Cristiano cried again, but this time, tears of joy. He was a European champion. In the Premier League, he broke George Best's record of 32 goals in a season by a winger, reaching 33 goals with a strike against Bolton. He became the first winger to win the UEFA Golden Boot and once again claimed both the PFA Players Player and the FWA Footballer of the Year awards. And the cherry on top, his first Ballon d'Or. That year, the entire world bowed to him. Cristiano was no longer just a rising talent. He was the best footballer on the planet. The 2008 to 2009 season was a high-definition spectacle. Cristiano Ronaldo was no longer just a fast kid with dazzling dribbles. He had become a precision machine, an experienced leader with the physique of an Olympic athlete and the mindset of a ruthless competitor. He scored 26 goals and delivered 10 assists, but beyond the numbers, what truly impressed was how he controlled each match. He was entering his physical and mental prime, and you could feel it from the warm-up. That year, Manchester United won nearly everything. They started by lifting the Club World Cup,
Now Rooney.
confirming their global dominance. Then came the League Cup,
And Manchester United kept their nerve, kept their cool, but again O'Hara in tears.
and they capped it off with a third consecutive Premier League.
What is it like when you finally get to enjoy the fruits of your labour for the whole season?
Well, it's a fantastic achievement to win in home the Premier League again. It's brilliant. The feeling is always brilliant for all supporters and all families. It's brilliant. I'm really happy today.
Cristiano was the pillar of a team that played with telepathic understanding, smothering opponents with pressing, pace and deadly transitions. And he, as the offensive engine, was the one deciding matches with a mix of brilliance and unrelenting hunger. But the moment that captured global attention came in the Champions League quarter-finals against Porto. Cristiano unleashed one of the best goals of his career.
That is absolutely stunning. I mean that. Has absolutely no chance.
A long-range missile that exploded into the top corner, a monstrous goal, straight out of a video game.
Well done, Cristiano. Was it your best ever strike in open play?
Maybe.
That strike earned him the Puskas Award and booked United's spot in the semi-finals. In the next round against Arsenal, he was pure fury. In the second leg at the Emirates, Cristiano bagged 2 goals and an assist.
Too far for Ronaldo to think about it. Oh!
United's counterattacks were poetry in motion. Cristiano sprinted 50 metres in 6 seconds. He was unstoppable, inhuman, deadly, and so they reached the Champions League final, the most anticipated clash of the year, Manchester United versus Barcelona. Cristiano versus Messi, 2 titans head-to-head. But that night in Rome, Guardiola's Barca were in God mode. The Blaugrana controlled the ball like never before, and Messi sealed the 2-0 win with an improbable header. Cristiano fought, grew frustrated, ran, shot, but it wasn't enough. It was the first time he lost a European final, and he swore it would be the last. Cristiano ended the season with more accolades than ever. He won the FIFA, the best award, becoming the first Premier League player to receive it.
Then Cristiano Ronaldo.
He was also the last player to win the Ballon d'Or while playing in England. And so after 6 seasons, 3 Premier League titles, 1 Champions League, a Club World Cup, 1 FA Cup, 2 League Cups and 1 Ballon d'Or, Cristiano Ronaldo said goodbye to England. The next stop, Spain.
Vamos. 1, 2, 3.
Cristiano Ronaldo wasn't looking for a change of scenery. He needed a new challenge. He had already conquered everything in England. Only one thing remained, to face the very best, on his own turf. That's why he signed for Real Madrid. Because if Messi was an alien, Cristiano wanted to challenge him in the galaxy he ruled, La Liga. In his first season as a Madridista, Cristiano was an absolute maniac. He scored 33 goals and provided 10 assists across all competitions. In La Liga, Real Madrid hit a staggering 96 points, but even that wasn't enough. Guardiola's Barcelona, led by Messi, was at its absolute peak. Leo delivered 47 goals and 11 assists, winning his second Ballon d'Or. It was frustrating. Cristiano was a relentless goal machine, but Messi seemed to play on another plane, something divine. The 2010 to 2011 season became an all-out war, 5 Clásicos in one season, 4 of them in just 20 days. Historic tension, a rivalry that changed modern football forever. The first Clásico was a humiliation carved in stone, 5-0 at Camp Nou. Messi didn't score, but he assisted 3 times. Cristiano barely touched the ball. It was a beating, a statement of power and Barca's unstoppable style. But the revenge wasn't long in coming. In the second Clásico, the Copa del Rey final, Cristiano Ronaldo took flight. The Portuguese rose into the air and smashed in a header. Golazo trophy. His first title with Real Madrid. And he did it against the best Barca in history. The third Clásico in La Liga ended 1-1 at the Bernabeu. Maximum intensity, football from another dimension, but the best or the worst was still to come.
Josep Guardiola è un entrenador fantastico di football. un entrenador fantástico de fútbol, yo repito, pero ha ganado una Champions que a mí me daría vergüenza de ganarla.
En esta sala, él es el puto jefe, el puto amo, es el que más sabe del mundo. Yo no quiero ni competir ni un instante. Solo recuerdo que hemos estado juntos 4 años. Él me conoce y yo le conozco, y con eso me quedo.
In the Champions League semi-final first leg, the Bernabeu witnessed a recital. Messi scored 2 unforgettable goals, one of them after dancing past half the Madrid team. Unreal. The second leg ended 1-1 at Camp Nou. Madrid were out. Messi took home the league and the Champions League. But Cristiano clung to his own narrative. That season he scored 53 goals and provided 18 assists. He was La Liga's top scorer with 40 goals, becoming the first player in league history to hit that number. He also won his second Golden Boot, making him the first player to win the award in 2 different leagues. And he did it all as a winger. The world was starting to understand something big. Cristiano wasn't going to give up. It didn't matter how many times Messi won. He would respond with work, with records, with goals. Then came 2011 to 2012, the start of the white counterattack. After years of Barcelona dominance, Cristiano Ronaldo led Real Madrid to one of the most spectacular league seasons of all time. He scored 60 goals and delivered 15 assists across all competitions. Madrid broke records, 121 goals scored, 100 points, just 2 defeats. It was a perfect storm led by a ravenous Cristiano at his explosive peak. Of course, there were bruises along the way. One of those defeats was at home, a 3-1 loss to Guardiola's Barca at the Bernabeu.
6-yard box!
What a goal!
Oh, what a fantastic team goal!
But Cristiano didn't back down. In the second Clásico of the season at Camp Nou, he scored the winning goal and silenced the entire stadium. That night gave birth to an iconic image. Real Madrid returned to the top of Spanish football after 4 years, and they did it by steamrolling the competition. In the Champions League, Cristiano's hunger was insatiable. He netted 10 goals and hit his 100th goal for Real Madrid with a missile of a free kick against Lyon.
No es lo importante, 100 o 101, eso no es importante. Lo importante era equipo ganar, cualificar, y ahora estamos más tranquilos que nuestro objetivo era pasar 4 partidos, 4 victorias, perfecto.
But the European dream would have to wait a little longer. Once again, the semi-finals were the limit, and Bayern went on to the final.
Oh, saved by Neuer!
The 2012 to 2013 season was a quiet revenge. Although the team didn't win any major trophies, Cristiano took home his second Ballon d'Or. He had spent 3 years watching Messi win everything. But this time, the Portuguese star exploded with 69 goals in 59 matches, 38 in La Liga, 15 in the Champions League, 6 in the Copa del Rey, and 10 with the Portuguese national team. No one was more complete, more lethal, more decisive. Cristiano was the perfect storm. Then came the 2013 to 2014 season, the season that changed Real Madrid's modern history. The goal was clear, La Décima, and Cristiano was absolutely unleashed. He scored 17 goals in the Champions League, a record that still stands. In the group stage, he bagged 3 against Galatasaray and a brace against Juventus. In the round of 16, he scored 2 braces against Schalke. In the quarterfinals, a goal against Dortmund. In the semis, total silence in Munich. A brace against Bayern in the Allianz Arena. Cristiano left Germany frozen. In the final, against Atletico Madrid, a brutal comeback sealed the win for Madrid. The Colchoneros were left powerless, and Cristiano made his mark too. It was his first Champions League title with Real Madrid. He was back on top of Europe, but he didn't just lift the UCL trophy, he also won the Copa del Rey. Even though he didn't play the final due to injury, his presence paved the way. Bale made history with that iconic goal against Barca, but in the semi-finals, Cristiano had already made his mark with a brace against Atletico. He also won the Golden Boot with 31 La Liga goals and ended the season with 51 total. The message was clear. Cristiano is building a dynasty, and he won his 3rd Ballon d'Or. Cristiano Ronaldo had won everything, but deep down, he knew his story wasn't complete. The 2014 to 2015 season saw him reach a historic milestone, becoming the fastest player to reach 200 goals in Spanish football. He only needed 178 matches to do it. He scored 61 goals across all competitions, earned another Golden Boot, finished as La Liga's top scorer with 48 goals and also won the FIFA Club World Cup with Real Madrid. On top of that, he secured his third Ballon d'Or, crowning a record-setting title-laden year. But even that wasn't enough, because on the other side, a storm had broken out in Barcelona. Messi, Neymar and Suarez, under Luis Enrique, formed the most destructive trio in modern football. The MSN tore through everything, winning La Liga, the Copa del Rey and the Champions League in a season that left Madrid with no answers. Cristiano was a goal machine, but Barca took the glory. In the 2015 to 2016 season, the Portuguese star decided to raise his standards even higher.
Desde esta semana, Cristiano Ronaldo es el máximo goleador de la grandiosa historia del Real Madrid. El máximo goleador del mejor club del mundo.
He surpassed Raúl as Real Madrid's all-time top scorer, first in La Liga and then across all competitions. He reached the magical milestone of 500 career goals. Once again, he scored over 50 goals in the season, including 16 in the Champions League, where he was, once again, the heart of Madrid's attack. In Europe, Madrid claimed their 11th Champions League title after eliminating Roma, Wolfsburg and Manchester City, then beating Atletico Madrid once more in a nerve-wracking final.
Pega Cristiano, gol!
But the deepest, most human moment came that summer. In Euro 2016, Cristiano made history with Portugal. Cristiano Ronaldo was key against Croatia, providing the assist for the winning goal in extra time. They beat Poland on penalties, and in the semi-finals against Wales, he scored a goal and provided an assist to lead his country to the final.
Rafael Guerreiro with the cross, Ronaldo!
There, against France, and with everything against them, Cristiano was forced off injured after just 25 minutes.
Ronaldo was there. And he stayed down.
He cried inconsolably, but this time his tears were for redemption. From the bench, acting like an extra coach, he pushed his teammates to resist against a France that came at them with everything. Finally, Portugal were crowned European champions, and Cristiano broke the curse that had haunted him throughout his career with the national team. That season earned him his fourth Ballon d'Or, his second FIFA The Best award, and his third UEFA Player of the Year title. But the story was far from over. The 2016 to 2017 season brought revenge. Barcelona still had the magic of the MSN, and Messi delivered an eternal image at the Bernabeu by holding up his shirt after scoring the 3-2 winner in the final seconds. But Madrid responded like champions. With Zidane in charge and Cristiano in legendary form, they won La Liga ahead of Barca, ending a 2-year domestic title drought and dominating Europe. Cristiano scored 12 goals and provided 6 assists in the Champions League, including a brace in the final against Juventus to win their 12th European crown.
Centro de Modric, Cristiano, gol! Gol! Gol!
He also won the Club World Cup, scoring a hat-trick against Kashima. He finished the campaign with 42 goals and 12 assists. That year, he won his 5th Ballon d'Or, finally tying Messi. Cristiano Ronaldo began the 2017 to 2018 season with a declaration of war. In the first leg of the Spanish Super Cup, he scored a stunning goal against Barcelona, responding to Messi's shirt-holding celebration.
Moves inside Ronaldo!
From months earlier. It wasn't just a celebration, it was a personal revenge and a global warning. Madrid won that Supercopa, and Cristiano was in predator mode. Throughout the campaign, the Portuguese star was lethal once again, scoring 44 goals for Real Madrid. They won the 2017 Club World Cup, but in La Liga they couldn't keep pace with Barcelona. However, in the Champions League, Madrid was simply untouchable. They defeated Tottenham and Borussia Dortmund in the group stage, and Cristiano scored 15 goals across the tournament, once again finishing as top scorer. In the round of 16, he destroyed PSG with Neymar and Mbappe, and in the quarterfinals against Juventus, he scored one of the most iconic goals in football history, a perfect bicycle kick that was applauded even by the Italian fans. In the semi-finals, they eliminated Bayern Munich, and in the final, they beat Liverpool 3-1 with a stellar performance from Gareth Bale. It was Madrid's 3rd consecutive Champions League title and Cristiano's 5th. It was also his final dance as a Real Madrid player. In the 2018 to 2019 season, Cristiano Ronaldo sought a new challenge and signed with Juventus in Turin. In Italy, he won 2 Scudetti, his first season in 2018 to 2019 and his last in 2020 to 2021, 1 Coppa Italia 2021 and 2 Supercoppa Italiana titles. He scored 101 goals and provided 22 assists in 3 seasons. seasons, becoming the first player in history to score over 100 goals with 3 different clubs. He was already a living legend. In 2021, he returned home. He rejoined Manchester United to help a club in crisis. Although United wasn't at its best, Cristiano led the team, scoring 27 goals that season and playing a key role in their progression to the Champions League round of 16. He scored against Villarreal and Atalanta, but they were eliminated by Atletico Madrid. Without titles and at odds with the club's sporting direction, Cristiano decided to close that chapter and seek new horizons. And so came the surprising move to Saudi football. At Al Nassr, he became the global face of the Saudi Pro League. While the competitive level was lower, the Portuguese star continued proving his worth. 35 goals in the 2023 to 2024 season, and another 25 in 2024 to 2025, totaling 93 goals and 19 assists. Even outside of elite competition, he remained a scoring machine, but something had changed in him. His motivation no longer seemed the same. Many began saying he was finished. That age was catching up with him. And then came the 2025 Nations League. Cristiano Ronaldo is a Nations League champion. Once again, against all odds, against the mockery, the headlines calling him finished, Cristiano roared back. They said his goals were just tap-ins, that he was no longer fit for the top level, that he only shone in minor leagues. But what happened in this Nations League shattered all those lies with the violence of a perfect volley. Because every goal Cristiano scored in this campaign was a statement. He scored bicycle kicks, volleys, headers, penalties, left-footed, right-footed, in every way imaginable. He netted against Croatia, Scotland, Poland, Denmark, Germany, and Spain. There were no easy opponents, no weak context, only a leader refusing to fade away. Against Luis de la Fuente's mighty Spain, Cristiano was decisive once again, not just with goals, but with presence, with that fire in his eyes, with that way of raising his arms and igniting belief in his team. Because it's not just about scoring, it's about believing, about inspiring, about proving that physical limits don't apply to those made of obsession and discipline. Today, at 40 years old, Cristiano's not just the highest goal scorer in football history, he's the symbol of a generation that refuses to give up. His contract with Al Nassr is about to expire, and once again, the world turns its eyes to Europe, asking the same question. Will Cristiano return to an elite club? He's already answered, not with words, with goals, with impact, with trophies. And as he holds yet another medal with Portugal, only one dream shines brighter than the rest: to lift a World Cup before hanging up his boots. It may sound like madness, a fantasy, an impossible dream, but with Cristiano Ronaldo, by now we should know better.